Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into one of the most satisfying gaming combos out there, co-op and action RPGs. Let's be real, there's nothing quite like teaming up with your buddies to mow down hordes of monsters, conquer epic bosses, and snag that sweet loot. Whether you're all about the hack and slash chaos or love strategizing your next move, action RPGs hit different when you've got friends by your side. So, if you're on the hunt for your next adventure with your crew, or maybe even some randoms online, you're in for a treat. We've rounded up 9 of the best co-op action RPGs that you can jump into right now. From dungeon crawling classics to fresh new worlds, we've got a little something for everyone. Grab your snacks, get comfy, and let's gear up for the ultimate list. I'm quickly moving on to the video. Before we start, if you enjoy these types of list videos, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Enjoy watching. Alright, let's talk about Path of Exile, a game that basically looks at your love for RPGs and says, cool, but what if we cranked it up to 11? This free-to-play isometric ARPG is an absolute beast, famous for its galaxy brain level passive skill tree. Seriously, this thing makes you feel like you're plotting out the trajectory for a space station. But here's the catch, it's not overwhelming, it's exhilarating. You can experiment with literally endless builds, so whether you're here to create a tanky juggernaut or a glass cannon that explodes everything on sight, PoE's got you covered. Now, while it technically supports up to 6 players in a single party, let's be real. Unless you're trying to recreate a Michael Bay movie with all the particle effects and explosions, it's way more fun with a smaller group. Grab 1 or 2 friends and dive into the chaos, because nothing bonds you like collectively screaming over an unexpected boss mechanic or racing to loot after taking down a rare monster. It's a total adrenaline rush that somehow feels strategic and chaotic at the same time. And here's the cherry on top. Path of Exile is constantly evolving. With frequent updates, new mechanics, and fresh start leagues that shake up the meta, there's always a reason to come back. Every league feels like a new game in a way, with crazy new features that push your creativity to its limit. If you love co-op RPGs and thrive on tinkering with builds, Path of Exile isn't just a game, it's a lifestyle. So, ready to become hopelessly obsessed? You've been warned. Alright, let's talk about Diablo 3, an absolute legend in the world of isometric ARPGs. If you're into smashing hordes of enemies with style and flair while vibing with friends, this game is your golden ticket. With 7 unique classes, each loaded with dozens of armor sets and hundreds of legendary items, the possibilities for crafting the perfect build are practically endless. Want to go full-on fire mage? Done. Prefer turning into an unkillable whirlwind of death as a barbarian? Easy. Experimenting with builds in Diablo 3 isn't just a feature, it's the core of the experience. But here's where Diablo 3 really shines. Co-op synergy. Unlike some games where multiplayer feels tacked on, this one gets co-op. It's like Blizzard said, hey, why not let players combine crazy builds to become a walking apocalypse? Picture this, your buddy's witch doctor summons an army of zombie dogs while your crusader tanks a mob of demons, and then boom, your demon hunter rains arrows from the heavens. The teamwork, the strategy, the chaos, it's chef's kiss perfect for squad gaming. And let's not forget, this gem is still alive and kicking after more than a decade. Every new season introduces fresh mechanics, challenges, and reasons to come back for just one more dungeon. Plus, Diablo 3's buy-to-play model means no annoying microtransactions. What you see is what you get, and what you get is hours upon hours of monster slaying, loot hoarding, co-op goodness. Honestly, if you and your crew are hunting for the ultimate action RPG to tackle together, Diablo 3 is always going to be in the conversation. You know that feeling when you're knee-deep in a world where every decision matters and every monster is a stepping stone to greatness? That's Grim Dawn in a nutshell. This isn't your typical hack and slash. It's a love letter to grim dark fantasy fans who crave an adventure packed with depth, danger, and endless possibilities. Imagine Diablo and Titan Quest had a moody, brooding child with a knack for experimenting. That's the energy we're talking about here. What sets Grim Dawn apart is its dual-class system. Seriously, it's like mixing 2 flavors of ice cream and realizing you've unlocked a third, even better flavor. You can pair classes like the Fiery Demolitionist with the Tanky Soldier to create a commando, or dive into darker territory by fusing the Occultist with the Nightblade for a Venom Blade build. The combinations are wild and they encourage you to get creative. Plus, every skill point you spend feels impactful. You're sculpting your character, shaping your fate, and it's downright addictive. And let's not forget the world itself. Cairn is beautifully bleak, with a rich, intricate lore waiting to be uncovered. Whether you're slicing through hordes of enemies, hunting for legendary loot, or just soaking in the ominous atmosphere, every step feels rewarding. It's a playground of grim dark goodness, perfect for solo adventurers or teaming up with friends to unleash chaos. If co-op ARPGs are your thing, Grim Dawn is a must-play gem that's begging for your attention. Alright, here's the deal. If Path of Exile and Diablo had a baby, and that baby got a love for blocks and charm, you'd have Minecraft Dungeons. Don't expect the intricate skill trees or overwhelming complexity of its parents, though. Minecraft Dungeons keeps things simple, but sometimes simple is exactly what you need, especially when you're playing with friends or family. This game is all about diving into dungeons, smashing mobs, and collecting loot with a healthy dose of Minecraft nostalgia sprinkled in. Now, let's talk about the real magic here: co-op. Whether it's your little brother who keeps falling into traps, or your best friend spamming fireworks to obliterate creepers, Minecraft Dungeons is made for those chaotic, laugh-out-loud moments. It's not trying to be the deepest ARPG out there, but it nails the fun factor, especially when everyone's yelling about who gets the fancy new unique weapon drop. Plus, if you're a Minecraft fan, the Easter eggs and familiar biomes will hit you right in the feels. The only downside, it's not the longest game on the list, but what it lacks in length, it makes up for with replayability. With new gear to chase, difficulty levels to conquer, and seasonal updates, it keeps you coming back for just one more run. Trust me, if you're looking for a game that's easy to pick up but hard to put down, Minecraft Dungeons is a no-brainer. Grab a few friends, some snacks, and dive in. You won't regret it. Now we're talking about Monster Hunter Rise, where the phrase "go big or go home" applies to both the monsters you hunt and the weapons you wield. This game isn't just about smashing giant beasts, it's a full-blown ritual of turning their body parts into shiny, new gear. I mean, who doesn't love upgrading their sword with the claws of the creature that almost turned them into lunch? It's weirdly satisfying in a way only Monster Hunter can deliver. Here's the thing about Monster Hunter Rise: it's not your hack-and-slash kind of game. No, this one makes you work for every victory. The combat is all about timing, patience, and learning your enemy's moves like you're studying for a monster midterm. Mess up, and you'll find yourself eating dirt faster than you can say Wyvern Gem. But nail that perfect dodge or land a combo, and you'll feel like an unstoppable hunting machine. And hey, the wirebug system? It adds this vertical, almost Spider-Man-like vibe to the whole thing. Scaling cliffs, pulling off aerial attacks, it's a game changer. And don't even get me started on the multiplayer. Up to 4 hunters teaming up for chaos is the stuff of legend. Just make sure you're all on the same platform because, yeah, no crossplay here. Grab your friends, strategize your gear, and brace yourselves. It's gonna be a wild ride. Monster Hunter Rise doesn't just let you share the glory, it makes the journey unforgettable, one monster hunt at a time. Alright, let me tell you about Warframe, a game that feels like what would happen if a sci-fi opera and an action RPG had a turbocharged baby. It's not just a game. It's an experience where you and your friends suit up as the Tenno, intergalactic ninjas with ridiculously cool spacesuits called Warframes. Oh, and did I mention, you're not just battling a few baddies, you're taking on entire factions of enemies across a galaxy that looks like it was designed by someone who dreams in neon. Here's the kicker: Warframe is completely free to play. That's right, you can dive into this sprawling universe wielding insane weapons and pulling off parkour moves that would make Spider-Man jealous without spending a dime. And it's not one of those play for 5 minutes then pay to win deals. Warframe gives you the good stuff up front and keeps delivering with constant updates. New Warframes, weapons, missions, and even entire planets are dropped regularly, so it always feels fresh. Oh, and let's talk co-op for a second. Whether you're teaming up with friends or random players, the chaos of slicing through waves of enemies while pulling off combos and special abilities is just chef's kiss. Plus, with cross-platform play, it doesn't matter if you're on PC, console, or even a potato-running Warframe, you can all squad up and wreak havoc together. Honestly, if you're hunting for the ultimate co-op ARPG that's fast, fun, and absolutely packed with things to do, Warframe is the way to go. You know that feeling when you're knee-deep in chaos, bullets flying everywhere, and your best friend shouts, "I'll revive you if you stop stealing my loot"? That's Borderlands 2 in a nutshell. This game is the ultimate playground for chaos lovers who want their action RPGs sprinkled with humor, explosive mayhem, and just a tiny bit of sibling-style rivalry. It's like a road trip through insanity, but with a billion guns. Yes, literally a billion. What makes Borderlands 2 stand out is the way it blends fast-paced shooting with deep RPG mechanics. You're not just grinding for loot, you're stumbling across sniper rifles that set enemies on fire, shotguns that insult you, and grenades that might turn into a pocket-sized black hole. Every piece of gear you find feels fresh, and it pushes you to try new builds and strategies. Plus, the campaign is packed with quirky enemies, laugh-out-loud moments, and a villain, Handsome Jack, who's so love-to-hateable he might just be your new favorite bad guy. If you're into games like Warframe but want something with a strong story and some of the best co-op gameplay ever, Borderlands 2 is your next obsession. Team up with up to 3 friends, dive into Pandora's wild world, and watch your squad devolve into chaotic loot goblins in no time. Trust me, there's nothing quite like arguing over who gets the purple rocket launcher while a psycho with a buzz axe screams at you in the background. Alright, imagine this. You're standing shoulder to shoulder with your friends, battling swarms of grotesque ratmen and zombies in a grim, apocalyptic world. Sounds chaotic, right? Welcome to Warhammer Vermintide 2, one of the most adrenaline-pumping co-op action RPGs you'll ever sink your teeth into. This game isn't just about mashing buttons, it's about precision, teamwork, and the sweet satisfaction of executing that perfectly timed dodge or ultimate ability to save your squad from certain doom. Each of the 5 characters has 4 distinct classes, meaning there's always a new playstyle to master, or a niche to fill in your team. Whether you're slicing through enemies as the nimble Carillion, or smashing skulls as the burly Bardin, there's a role for everyone. What really sets Vermintide 2 apart, though, is its intricate map design. Every level is packed with secrets, alternate paths, and lore to discover. It's like they threw an escape room into a battlefield. You'll find yourself hunting for hidden tomes and grimoires while trying not to get overwhelmed by waves of enemies. And trust me, the combat, it's ridiculously satisfying. Perfecting your swings, blocks, and ranged shots feels like an art form. Plus, the Warhammer universe is dripping with atmosphere. Everything from the haunting music to the detailed environments pulls you deeper into the chaos. If you and your squad are looking for a game where every victory feels hard-earned and incredibly rewarding, Vermintide 2 is an absolute must-play. Alright, let's talk about a game that feels like a treasure chest of nostalgia but plays like a dream, Dragon's Crown. This isn't just a game, it's a glorious mashup of side-scrolling beat-em-ups and action RPG goodness that'll make you want to call up your friends immediately. Seriously, imagine the chaotic energy of old-school arcade brawlers, sprinkle in some RPG depth, and wrap it all in stunning hand-drawn art. That's Dragon's Crown for you. What really sets this game apart is how alive the combat feels. Whether you're swinging a massive axe as the fighter or tossing fireballs as the sorceress, every move feels tight and satisfying. It's not just button mashing, okay, maybe a little, but there's a rhythm to it. Learn your combos, experiment with weapons, and suddenly you're pulling off moves that make you feel like a fighting game pro. And let's not forget, the game rewards you for mastering your character. Got a flair for showing off? Perfect. This game loves you for it. But the cherry on top? The co-op. Up to 4 players can team up, and trust me, that's where the magic happens. Whether you're coordinating epic takedowns or just trying not to steal each other's loot, good luck with that. It's chaotic, hilarious, and ridiculously fun. There's something about battling dragons, skeletons, and whatever else this world throws at you with your friends that just hits differently. Dragon's Crown isn't just a game, it's an experience, one that demands you grab a few buddies and dive in. The video ends here. See you in another video. Don't forget to subscribe.